Currently, I'm just in the process of designing an RC plane. It's the first one I've designed in several years. I have designed quite a few in the past. I just wanted to give a quick rundown on my process. So what I'll chuck up now is just a photo of basically the whiteboard that I've actually drawn it on. Normally when I prototype or just come up with the concept of RC planes, it's usually just doodled on a piece of paper or on a piece of glass with a whiteboard marker. This time around I've got an actual decent sized whiteboard, which for concepts and stuff like that is absolutely brilliant piece of kit to have. So what I did was just quickly roughed out the sketch of what I had in mind and managed to get it pretty much one-to-one scale on the whiteboard, which was pretty cool, because then I can just transfer those details into my CAD program, which I'll show very shortly. And the joys of the whiteboard is you can put notes, measurements, and general ideas that you have right down there, and if you make a mistake or you're not happy with something, it's really easy just to wipe it off and do it again, and you can keep going over and over it until you're happy with it. So what we'll do is we'll go into my CAD program and we'll open the file. Now I have weird code names for my stuff. Example, this one's called Mortal Ascent. It has no real relevance to anything. It's kind of like the original SR-71 was called Oxcart. So this is the rough layout. The main wing is just a blank, so there's no airfoil or anything, it's just so I can get the dimensions and sizing. Now this doesn't have the motor or prop or anything on it yet. So what I can do is I can get rid of that. So in this particular one I've gone for a V-tail. I've never done a V-tail before, I've always wanted to. Now the way I've designed this one is the plywood parts, you can either print them out, glue it up and hand cut them. I'm probably going to see if I can just get them laser cut. It saves me a lot of effort and time. And there's just a 10mm aluminium tube for the tail boom. And then I've got, it's basically an 11mm, but the dimensions aren't really relevant at this point. As a sleeve, so you can actually have the thing removable. And the idea is these all slot together and then glue in with epoxy. And then the tail feathers are just balsa. And this is sort of my standard design that I use for this type of thing. And it's just 1/4 inch or 6.5mm balsa, and then just 1/16, I think it is, 1.2, 1.5mm just to reinforce it. I've yet to figure out how to mount this all together on the back of the boom. And yeah, so this is designed predominantly to be a tail dragger. It can be configured in a tricycle or any other weird and wonderful thing you want to do. Now if we go back and bring the wing blank on, there's a central spar here and then a rear spar there. Now the wing just slots into these bits here, the front nestles into there, and then the rear section will nestle into that bit there. This has a 3-degree angle of incidence put into it. So as a trainer, you can see there, between there and there, is 3 degrees. The way I've set that distance up between these 2 points is 1mm, back here is 1 degree. So depending on how good you are with shims and sanding and measuring, 3mm, 0 degrees. Nice and easy. Now the hole up the front here is just for a 5mm dowel, and then just rubber band over the boom, over the wings, and onto that dowel. Aircraft are built with similar dimensions and same power output. I've used rubber bands and I've done some crazy stuff with them and never had any issues. So the power system that I've got for this is about 225 watts, 18 amp ESC with a 2200 milliamp 3-cell. Usually get about 10-15 minutes flight time, so it's not too bad. And then the motors I have are just 1050 kV 2215 outrunners, and they swing like a 10-inch prop, which is tons. So yeah, it's fairly simple, fairly straightforward. servos mount here, and the idea is you run the control linkages down through the boom, keeps it all nice and streamlined, and then servos just come out bottom of the wings here, and the receiver, stuff like that, go here, and then probably ESC on the other side, depending on how you want it orientated, and then battery just gets velcroed onto the bottom. So nice and simple. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the progress.